Chelsey Davis here, and the final season of the hit show Supernatural premieres tonight on the CW. You'll get to see 7 episodes before the 15th and final season comes to a close in November.
It's our last chance, our one shot. Let's talk.
Okay, wait, you're sure this is gonna work?
Let's say yes.
Today, I'm chatting with the Sam and Dean duo we've all come to love, Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles. Hi, how's it going?
Chelsey
How are you?
Davis.
Oh, it's just a beautiful day out here in Arizona, still over 100 degrees, just living life.
Isn't it really? Oh, God,
Yeah.
that's good. That's how Austin's going to be. Oh, man.
No,
Where are
no,
you guys
it
right
was
now?
it was like 75 degrees in Austin.
Oh, really? I'm in Utah right
yeah.
now.
I'm in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Okay, so you're used to the heat and humidity, but what's it like now after the hurricane?
Yeah, well, I don't know, the hurricanes kind of have blown all the heat out, so it's a little humid, but it's actually the weather's in the low 70s, so kind of nice.
That's beautiful. I'm sure we'll get there eventually. Maybe late October, early November.
Yes, that's better.
Yeah, it's okay. Really looking forward to the cooler temps. But anyway, I'm so excited to chat with you guys. Earlier, I found your very first interview together from 2005 with Entertainment Tonight, and it was the best. If you have not seen it in forever and a half, you need to go back and watch it and see how much you've evolved since then.
Oh my God, I'm scared.
Children.
Yes.
But it's incredible, you guys. Supernatural coming to a close, and I've seen your social posts about how emotional this is for you. I can only imagine. Jensen, I think you posted something about at the end of each script page, it used to say to be continued, but this time it said the end. So how does it feel to be closing this chapter?
It's heavy. I mean, I still feel like the bell is just rung, and they've just yelled that's a wrap, and we're still walking off stage. I mean, it's been a week now since we yelled wrap, but it still hasn't. I don't think it's set in, and I don't know that it's going to set in for a while. And Jared said it. He's like, I don't think it's going to really set in until we walk onto the set of some other show. But that's fine, because then we'll just turn around and call each other and be like, "What's your show like?" Well, what's your show like?
Yeah. To echo that, it still feels very present. We still had a lot of work to do after they called wrap, just as far as, we had apartments that we had lived in essentially for 15 years. We had moved, but I think I was cleaning out my apartment during our 2-week quarantine and finding stuff from 2005, 2006, going like, oh my God, I didn't know I still had this. It's sort of a cathartic trip down memory lane. And then I've been on the road since then. So, we just finished last Thursday. It's been 8 days. And it still feels very present. It feels like, I have a couple days off. I'm going to have to fly back to Vancouver soon to get to work. Like, where's my script? I need to memorize my lines. I think as soon as we walk on set of a new show and realize people are not calling us Sam and Dean anymore, and it's not the same cameramen and women and, props men and women and sound and whatnot, then I'll be like, okay. Then I'll have a few tears, shoot Ackles a text, and get back to work, I suppose, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Hey, Jared, do you remember, did we drive up together for season 1?
Yeah, we carpooled. You were with me.
We carpooled up.
We
Right.
Up 5, yeah.
So
You had
we just
walkie-talkies.
we did. We had walkie-talkies.
Yeah, to let
we
people know
just-
what the times
we just-
were, back in 05, Jensen had like walkie-talkies, like analog,
Yeah.
like, come on, channel, blah, 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 blah. 'Cause there were no,
Yeah, because iPhones didn't exist.
I was sending smoke signals up to Ackles, like, slow
that's
down.
right. That's right. We had a soup can with a string, and it was. But funny enough, we just he and I just drove together all of our stuff back across the border. That's funny. So we drove up together for season 1, and we just drove away together season 15.
That's like a full circle moment right there. It's beautiful. It's sad,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
beautiful. Hey, Jared, I think I saw you post on social about your birthday coming up and you wouldn't be able to celebrate with your Supernatural crew or something like that.
I actually turned 37 and 38 in season 15. So, and it was weird because for 14 seasons, we had been shooting Supernatural. So it was the first birthday since I was 21 or whatever, 22, to not be in the middle of filming. That was like the first episode or two. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine it being strange. You guys kind of have this blessing with the show, though. So many people have been quarantining for so long, productions have stopped, but you guys have been able to actually continue working on everything because you guys are basically shooting in the middle of nowhere, right?
We're in
the middle of nowhere a lot. But we got sent home on March 13th to quarantine because we filmed in Vancouver, Canada. And so they were concerned that the border was going to get shut down. And so they're like, all right, guys, you got to get home to your families. They might, put a kibosh on all work for the next month or two. And we don't want you guys stuck here, be miserable. So we flew home, and then it was they were doing all of their work, preparing what the new regulations were going to look like. People wearing masks, people wearing different lanyards, food being individually packaged, and just stuff that is just different. But our producers, and I know the studio and the network and the unions did a lot of work to make sure that no one really knew what it was going to look like. And we shot for 4 weeks basically, and didn't have anybody contract COVID. So it looked like it was working. So all the regulations and restrictions seemed to work.
Worked.
Yeah, that's amazing. Jensen, was it you who said you got the test done and it was basically poking your brain, or?
That was me.
He did, but but it was the first. They had since changed it to where it's not so invasive. But the first few tests were, they should call it's not a nasal swab. It should be called a brain swab.
Yeah, it goes out the back of your scalp.
I know, brutal, but you guys did it, and now we finally get to see the show, so thank you for your sacrifice. I've always been curious because I know you had so much prep to do in advance, learning the legends and the folklore and all that jazz. So do you actually believe in the paranormal?
I don't not believe in the paranormal. I guess it's a big world out there, so I think I know enough to know that I don't know everything. I haven't had any personal specific experience where I'm like, yep, it's for real for sure. The aliens probed me. They told me that we're ruining the oceans and we need to hug each other. They sent COVID down. No, I haven't had anything. I've certainly had some weird things happen in my life. I like to believe there's an explanation for it. I'm a pretty rational guy. But I wouldn't be surprised if proof came out somehow, some way that we weren't the only ones.
Yeah, I think it just boils down to Jared and I have had 15 years of training to defeat whatever supernatural elements might be out there. So I guess if they do exist, they tend to stay away from us.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They're like, I don't want to get a roundhouse from these guys, so I'll just leave them alone.
Exactly. Leave
Um,
them alone.
So what's next for you guys? What projects are you working on right now?
Well, I'm headed to Austin right now, where I live, but also where I'll be doing my next project. It's called Walker, CBS Studios for CW Network. So I get to stay home at CW. Really excited about it. I'm involved in the production as well. So I get to star in it and help kind of keep it running. And we start shooting that in about a month. So hopefully that'll be hitting screens in January.
Yay! Isn't your wife going to be on it too?
She is, yeah. They were talking about it for a while, and I guess they finally came to go like, that's a great idea. And so she plays my now deceased wife, but we have flashbacks and whatnot. So she's gonna be around.
Wow, that's going to be so awesome. And Jensen, what about you?
I'm going to be playing the person that his deceased wife had the affair with prior to her. So it'll be a bit of a strange thing on. Oh, you have? Oh, I think it's episode 3. Yeah, it's coming down the pipe. Yeah. No, I'm going off to a show called The Boys, which is over on Amazon. They just released, I think, half of their second season, and so I will be joining them on season 3 for some crazy Eric Kripke-esque adventures.
Very crazy.
Can't wait. We'll be checking both out. It's so awesome. Thanks again, guys, for your time. Jensen, I'll say cheers, except with water for now.
That's fine.
Until I can get one of those beers from your brewery. And all of the fans are rooting for both of you. They love y'all.
Thanks so much. Appreciate you.
You're welcome. Have a great day, guys.
You too.
You too, Chelsey.
Thanks. Well, all right, everyone. Watch the final season premiere of Supernatural at 7 tonight on the CW. And I bet you thought that was a wrap. But wait, there's more. One of the amazing CW producers sent me a generic interview she did with the guys, and I'm including some of their answers. See what they had to say.
I think what I'm most proud of accomplishing is being a part of something. My involvement in Supernatural, though I was in every episode, was never about me. And I know Jensen would say the same thing. It was never about him. It was about us and the larger us. And it brings me pride and happiness to have been, helping to helm that. But the fact that so many people got involved, so many that we had never met and a lot that we will never meet, to make this show a success and to make the show last so long. So I was really proud to sacrifice every day for myself and for my fellow actors and actresses and for our crew and for the fandom. I think Dean would tell Jared to cut his hair. I think
there's no place for that in the supernatural world.
Yeah.
I'd say Sam and Dean would probably tell Jensen and Jared that they needed to probably have a vast variety of weapons at their disposal, because the kids' toys and the Legos aren't going to cut it when something comes crashing through the window at night. Yeah, probably that.
Yeah. They'd be like, Jared, Jensen, yeah, you're getting soft. Get back in the gym. So, that being said, they'd probably also tell us, I think Sam and Dean would probably look us in the eyes and say, listen, guys, you're stronger than you think. Just keep working.
There's so many things in this show that I think people that resonate with a lot of different people. I think, whether it was just the genre aspect of it that drew them to it, whether people were just into horror movies and they wanted to watch a small horror movie each week, or whether it was the fact that they started to care about these brothers and they wanted to know more about their story and why they were doing what they were doing, or whether it was about the inspiration to fight and to keep fighting no matter what the odds. And I think that the inspiration that we were able to give people who watch the show manifested itself into giving us inspiration back, or in us receiving that inspiration to keep kind of doing what we were doing throughout the 15 years. And so I kind of feel like I hope the legacy is a number of things. One certainly being the relationship that the fans had with this particular story and the show and this cast of characters. I think was something that was truly unique to what we had in Supernatural compared to any other place.
I don't know what they're about.
Nope.
I'm not being coy.
The last 7 episodes. Well, that's episode
14 to 20.
14, which is the one that comes after 13. Then there's episode 15,
yes,
which is 5 before the end.
Ooh.
Then 16, we're getting closer. Now we've only got 4 left.
And 17 was right before 18, right?
That's right. That's right. Don't say too much. I don't want to give away too much. But then there's 18, and 18 was really, there was like a lot that happened there because we're moving right into the 19th episode, which is the second to last, which means that 20's next, and boom, there you go. There's your season. There's your 15 years. Check, please.
What he said.
From their homes, and now from my home to yours, I hope you enjoyed. So how will Supernatural end? Again, don't miss the final season of Supernatural premiering tonight at 7 o'clock on the CW.